Hi everyone, I'm Ruhi. Welcome to my YouTube channel. So, hope all of you are doing well. After receiving a lot of requests from friends and a few acquaintances, I decided to create a tutorial on smoky eyes. There has been a lot of assumptions that people make about smoky eyes, that it's just about applying a kajal and blending it out or something like that, or maybe a black eyeshadow. I'm gonna tell you and give you the details about how to create a perfect smoky eye. So stay tuned for the tutorial and let's see meet each other at the end of the video. Let's begin by applying some concealer as eyeshadow base. I'm going to list down the products on the screen of the video that you're watching right now or in the description box below. I'm going to powder the concealer that I have applied on my eyes as my eye base. I'm going to use Sugar Set the Tone Tinted Powder. You can use any loose powder whatever you have in your house. It's anyway, the job is the same, so it hardly makes any difference. So it's like I'm in my hometown right now and I have very limited products with me. So I'm going to create videos during lockdown phase with the limited products that I have with me. So now I'm going to use a kajal to start off with. I'm going to apply in dots. You can apply with a very light hand if you want, or in a very messy smudgy way. I'm going to apply like this, not exactly in dots though. I'll first go with the first eye that I started with because it's gonna dry up very soon and I won't be able to blend it nicely. You see, I'm still not able to blend it. You can always use a gel liner for this purpose. I don't have it with me, so I'm taking my kajal. It does the same job, although you have to blend it really nicely and make sure you're really not going above this line. You don't want to create a dark black eyes with just your kajal. So yeah, I'm going to take a little black shadow also so that this gets smudged really. So I've taken some black eyeshadow with this little fluffy brush that I have here, and you can see this looks dark enough. I mean the low part. The key is you have to keep this part real dark, like real dark, and then you can maybe start blending, taking colors, and then start blending upwards and create a gradient effect kind of look, because that's what is smoky eye about. Now I'm taking the kajal and applying it on the other eye. See, this is plum kajal that I'm using here, and it's very dry. If you're using a kajal like one we have for Faces Canada, or some crayon structured kajal which will be very smooth for application, and you can easily blend it like the way you can do it for a gel liner, well and good. But I don't have anything here, so I'm going ahead with this one. Again, I've been taking little black eyeshadow so to blend this kajal properly, because as you can see it's getting dried up really quick and I'm not able to blend it. So let's blend both the sides. Now I've just taken the black and a little bit of brown eyeshadow from the palette, and no more kajal in this area. You don't want to make this real dark, but this part should always be lighter than this, tad bit, not a lot light. Okay. As you can see, it's not very dark like the lower part, but it's dark, it's black. I'm gonna repeat the same on the other eye. As you can see, I cannot see a line between this lower black and the center little black and brown eyeshadow that I have used. Now that I have reached the crease with this eyeshadow, I'm gonna blend outside above the crease part with a brown eyeshadow. So, like here, this. And just know one thing, that you don't wanna make it obvious that you have taken three different kind of colors, or you can say transition shades. Or it should always look seamless, nice gradient effect. It should not look obvious that yeah, you have used three kinds of colors here. I'm gonna take some lighter color here to blend the edges of the brown, so there are no harsh brown lines visible. You should not see any kind of harsh lines where your eyeshadow ends. Never ever. It should always look like a transition effect or gradient effect, as you say. I'm gonna blend this really nicely. I've blended this side. Now I'm gonna start off again this one. So the eyeshadow that I'm taking here is a very light skin colored eyeshadow, you can say, just to blend out the edges, so that there are no harsh lines. The key for any eye look is blending. Lot and lots of blending. Once all this is done, you're going to blend everything with a clean brush very seamlessly. I'm going to take the same brush that I had used for applying black eyeshadow, because this is a smoky eye. Otherwise, if you're doing some colorful makeup, then you can maybe take a clean brush and blend everything really nicely. I think we have got whatever we wanted. With a little bit of brown shade to blend inwards. So I think we got the look. I've taken some Garnier micellar water in a cotton pad to wipe off the fallouts. Not that I have a lot of fallouts, but you see this black powdery thing. Now I'm gonna start filling my eyebrows. I'm using Sugar Art Arrival Brow Definer in the shade Cherry Brown. I'm gonna list everything in the description box. This is a really good brow definer if you ask me, because it's not highly pigmented and you really have got control. See, even if I want to create a Instagram kind of eyebrows or really full dramatic eyebrows or something like that, I can easily control with this because it doesn't give a lot of pigment, and even if you make a mistake, you can easily clean it, and you're not making a mistake which would be like spoiling your eyebrows for the look. And this comes in handy travel friendly kit. Now that I have applied the products, I'm going to brush it off with this spoolie it comes with. After applying maybe powder, gel, whatever you feel comfortable with for your eyebrows, you should always brush off with a spoolie so that even if there is any excess product settled in some part of your eyebrow, it gets mixed up and you get the proper shape. Now I'm going to apply the same kajal on my lower lash line. Now I'm not blending it out, but I'm just applying it on my waterline. Oh, did I say lash line? Sorry, I meant waterline. So there is one trick that I would want to give you all. If you think that your kajal smudges outside or it gets settled under your eyes, it happens with most of the kajal. This is not that way. This doesn't happen that way, but it happens, with lots of kajal. So if you have a black eyeshadow with you, even if you have a very expensive eyeshadow palette or cheap eyeshadow palette, doesn't matter. You can use a black eyeshadow. You can grab a brush. Obviously, everybody, if you have an eyeshadow palette, you would obviously have a brush. So you can take a flat brush or fluffy brush, and you can maybe take that black eyeshadow and dab it on the kajal that you have applied on your waterline, and then you would see that it won't budge, it won't smudge, and it will stay for a really long time. Now I'm going to start my face makeup by applying some moisturizer. The moisturizer is very important. You should always moisturize your face no matter what skin you have, be it oily or dry. I have a combination skin. My T-zone is super duper oily and this part of my face is dry. You see, we have all kinds of moisturizer in the market for every skin type. For dry, for oily skin, I am using Innisfree moisturizer. This is my holy grail. I apply it every day on my skin and I love it to bits. It repairs my skin like magic. I've been using Innisfree products for a long time. If anybody wants me to make a video on how and what kind of product this is that I've been using, this is the product and how is it acting or helping my skin, I can make a separate video on that, so you can let me know in the comment section. Next, I'm gonna use some foundation. I am using Maybelline Fit Me foundation in the shade 228 Soft Tan. This looks like my perfect shade. Let's see how it goes. I am applying in dots of the foundation. Why? Because you would have control on the amount of foundation that you're putting on your face, and even if you want more foundation, then you can easily layer it up, but you should not over apply and then you would be like, oh, I messed it up. No, it should not be like that. And the blender that I'm using is by Pack Cosmetics. I absolutely love this blender. It blends everything like magic. It's very nice. And even the foundation by Maybelline Fit Me. I've been planning to make a separate video on Maybelline Fit Me foundation. So let's see. I have taken one more pump of the foundation because I like it full coverage. on my skin. You can apply half a pump, you can apply one pump. It depends how you want to choose. I'm gonna take some banana powder under my eyes so that it doesn't cake. I have recently started using this banana powder is by Makeup Revolution, and after a lot of reviews from people, I've just started using it. I think I need to use it 4-5 times to start doing a review on this powder. Let's see how it goes. This is my first time. I'm gonna leave the banana powder to bake for a while, and until then we'll do the contouring part. I'm using the face palette by Sugar Cosmetics. This is one of the, for beginners kind of thing. It has got a contour pan and a highlighter pan and a blush pan. I don't use the highlighter from this pan, from this face palette. I used to use it for a long time, but now I don't know, I've not been liking it much. It's been a minute now, so we can dust off the excess. I'm gonna do a little more baking under the contour that I have done here. So you get a really contoured and sculpted look on your face. And the baking part is getting done there. We can maybe take some black and brown eyeshadows and apply on the lower lash line. Never do this way that you're just doing some eye makeup here all and you leave your lower lash line blank. It really looks weird. You can use the same colors that you have used, or if you're creating a really different kind of look, like you're using, I'm just giving an example, like if you're using pink here and you want to use a teal on a lower lash line, that's also fine. Now we're going to dust off the excess powder from here. I'm not going to use lashes today, so I'll curl my eyelashes and apply my favorite, I can say one of my favorite mascaras. It's Maybelline Total Temptation mascaras. Most of the mascaras from Maybelline, they are super duper awesome. Especially the Lash Sensational mascara. You can use a washable mascara from Lash Sensational because the waterproof mascara is really stubborn and it's gonna take a hell lot of effort to take it off from your lashes at the end of the day. but I don't feel that I'm gonna take so much. I don't feel that I would have to take that much effort for this one though. For the Total Temptation mascara, this is better. I'm going to apply a little on the low lash line as well. Not very much. Do not overload it so you feel really something stuck or something heavy in your eyes. I'm not going to use blush because this is a bold kind of look and you don't want a pinky look when you have got smoky eyes. So I'll just be using highlighter. The highlighter that I'm using is by Maybelline. It's Maybelline Master Chrome. It's a drugstore highlighter and really affordable. I can tell you that the best drugstore highlighter available in the market. I like applying highlighter on the nose with my fingertips. I will be using a smaller brush for this one. You can always highlight your brow bones after eye makeup. It just enhances your makeup instantly and also highlight the inner corner of your eyes. A little on the cupid's bow and chin area if you want. Finally, we have reached the last step of our makeup routine, and I am taking Bellatrix from Sugar Cosmetics Metal Liquid Lipstick Collection. I think I would have reached out to this lipstick a million times because this is one of the best nude lip colors for dusky whitish skin tones. It's truly beautiful, and when you have a smoky eye or a bold eye look, bold makeup, you really want a subtle lip color and you don't want to overload your face with a dark lipstick, something which is purple, violet or something. I think a nude lip color would complement well, and that also again depends on the choices that you make. So let's see our final look.